all this mess Peter's made?
Tell the truth, Matthew.
Right, I've just showered Peter in oil. What's going on, Pete? Because I don't quite... It was leaking, wasn't it? When you put your pipe in and use your pipe, and it was still leaking. So what was going on?
All this in here seals against this casting. All this comes out, this centre section.
Yeah.
And there's an O-ring in there, and it's blown the O-ring out, basically.
And this ain't the first time this has happened, is it?
No.
You've done a few of these, haven't you?
Yeah, on 2 or 3 on this tractor and some on the others as well.
And is this a 77 issue, is it?
Well, yeah, it doesn't happen on the others.
No. But one of the ways to get the seal out is if you operate the spool inside, it usually blows it out enough for Peter to get a grip on it to pull it out. But yeah, I just sprayed him.
Matthew doesn't understand the concept of gentle.
I pressed it and it just kept going. Right. Right, there's that. Anyway, that's that. Peter's fixing that. Peter's going to be doing some servicing. We've got a cap, fuel cap for the Manitou, because that broke as well when we were servicing that. And last night we were in here, me and the old man were in here, soaking down the floor, ready to sweep it out with the brush on the floor. And the old man was in the cab and he couldn't hear me, and I was saying, whoa, 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 and we crushed the pipe. This is the water pipe for the sprayer. That we were using just to wash everything down. Very expensive pipe, bit of a bummer that one, but it will do a job like this. That will just be its permanent job, and we'll have to get a new pipe for the sprayer. So that was a bit of a bummer. I think the farmer's gone out spraying because it's nice and cool. The weather's meant to stay good for the rest of, well, it's looking good for the next 7 days. Me and Keith have been in here scraping all the muck away from the wall so we can get the wall. We've got a little bit left in this shed to do, I think. But same thing, you've got to scrape all the way from the post because you can't get too close with the machine on there. All the muck's out now. All the muck's out of the clamp. And all the muck is out of the far shed. We'll just go and find Keithy because he's putting the mower on, ready to go mowing. There's the other shed, all cleaned out. Did that yesterday. Peter went round pulling all the muck heaps up into one big pile, because where you tip all the way around, you want it all sat on top of each other, and it just decomposes a little bit better, and you know, it makes a better pile, and it looks tidier as well. What are we doing then, Keithy? What are we doing? We're mowing. Where are we going?
Where?
Yeah. Down here for a bit of silage. Did you say you got another skirt for it? Yeah, the back skirt. The back skirt's ripped. So we have ordered and we have got it, but I imagine it won't go on today, as Keithy will get going. And I don't know if Colin's come in. Colin usually comes out with his mower. I don't know if he is today or not. Is Colin coming out with you, Keith? Colin coming with you? Or no, just you on your own? Linda? To Timothy. Right, so that was in there, was it? And that's the seal that breaks.
It goes around the outside of this lock system in there.
And you just put a new one of these on, dear?
Yeah.
Was this one leaking as well?
That was leaking before. We've already done that one.
So you think that they're all good now, are they?
Hopefully.
We're off out topping today. These are our winter barley fields. We haven't been over here for a while. We've got one ever so good field, which we'll go and have a look at later. But this one and the one next door, that's quite a big field, that one. They've got patches of black grass in them. First of all, they got hammered by the wet weather, so there's patches of nothing, and now they're actually they've got quite big patches of black grass in them, to the point where we're actually going to have to drive into the crop and mow them down, just try and limit the amount of seed. That's the black grass there. This isn't too bad along here. There are little bits here and there along here, but there are some ever such bad patches within the crop, and we're going to have to drive in there with the topper. We're going to do the headlands anyway. We're going to go closest to the crop We're going to go once round, and then we're going to leave a buffer zone next to the hedge for all the insects and everything else like that. Can't believe it's this tall. Last year we had barley, and I'm not joking, it wasn't even knee height last year. So this is it's a lot taller than last year, and that's a fair head size. Last year we had wheat with just an inch of a head on it over at Alistair's last year. So yeah, there will be some barley out here to cut. It's not looking great though. We got one real good field across the way that does look rather well, and there's not many weeds in it. I can see black grass pretty much thinly throughout a lot of this. Black grass is one of those weeds, farmers hate it because each one, there's one here, look, they stick out of the crop. They have about 1,000 seeds on each stem, and what they do is give off that, I can't remember what it's called, allopathogenic thing in the bottom to stop other plants growing around them. So they're just a job to keep out of your fields. And once those seeds drop in the ground, they can stay in the ground for up to 7 years before they sprout again. 7 or 8 years. So they're just a terrible weed. Yeah. But right, let's see how we get on. And the reason he's not spraying this off is because he just won't get to it in time. So we're going to chop it down, and I'm going to feel awkward doing it.
I don't want to save ya, don't want to be strangers. Let me feel like you know what to do. Leave your limitations, live and go against them. Just let go and start up something new. Cause I know that what you planned out, everything that you built up, isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out. Lay your love on me, leave your head and let your mind be free. Save yourself and leave the words you've spoken, cause some dreams are meant to be broken.
Thought I'd just get out and show you what we're dealing with here. Now, if you look behind me, all nice and clean, and all the way that way. It's quite a big field, this one, and if you look this way, look at the area I've had to cut down, and it's all this. Weeds and black grass. This is the main one we're concerned about, the black grass, because it spreads like wildfire. A little bit annoying as well, because you can see where it's thick here, and then it goes into a bit of barley, and then it goes thick into black grass again. But you've no option really, you just got to chop it down. Been out here most of the day so far, and apparently other side of the field there's another spot over there that's pretty bad. At the end of it, I'll put the drone up and show you the area that we've had to cut down. Don't like doing it. Bit depressing. If it was all barley and clean, it would add up to a lot of money. But hey ho, that was a year. It was a wet year. We drilled it, it went wet, and where it was wet, it just didn't grow and it was thin, and that's what you get. Weeds, black grass, all loads of rubbish. I don't know if you remember, but last year we had a young lady called Charlie come and do some work experience with us. It's half term, so she's coming to help us. We're just getting her set up on the topper. She's just getting herself set up in the tractor, and she's going to, we're over at Jim's farm, and she is going to just top once round the headlands, round each field round here. We leave this side for all the bees and the butterflies and all the insects, and then later on in the year we'll come and top it and make it look really nice. Start cutting grass and it rains. Are you all set up?
Yeah.
Ready to go? Want to say hello to everyone? No. And if you need anything, you can just call us, yeah. Run out of the way because you do not want to be in the way when that thing starts. Here she comes. She ain't in the mood. She ain't in the mood today. It's actually not meant to be raining, but it's enough to stop you what you're doing, but it's not enough to ruin the day. So what we're going to do while we're waiting for this to stop, once it stops and the wind's been blowing through it for half an hour, it'll be back to dry. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the rake, and I am going to get the grease gun out and just make sure. I'm pretty sure the guys might have already done it, but I'm just going to make sure everything's been greased up. So we've got a UJ, we've got lots of greasing points on this one. All the way around, there's greasing points here on the arms. There's greasing points all over, so that'll take me a half an hour or so. Then we'll have some lunch, and if it's still raining then we'll go and get the other Ted end. We'll bring that home, we'll get that serviced and oiled up and greased up, ready to go.
I don't know that what you planned out, everything that you built up isn't what you want. And I know the life you're living isn't that fulfilling. Let me help you out. Lay your love on me, leave your head and let your mind be free. Save yourself and leave the words you spoken, 'cause some dreams are meant to be broken.
It's stopped raining, it's finally dried up, it's warmed up, it's yeah, everything's drying off quite nicely. So we're gonna go and head out while we've been waiting for it to dry. I've been greasing this thing up, not my favourite job. The worst ones are in the arms, in the shaft arm. You have to pull the covers back and they never line up, and it's a nightmare. But what we've been doing as well, we've gone and fetched the tedder. So the tedder's now back. I've greased it up. I've got to grease the shaft, and I have got to check the tyre pressures on there as well. So we're going to go and rake up this little bit across the way, and we've got surprise guests coming as well from Astley Bridge. So yes, someone's going to come for a ride on with us. Start of grass, thanks God. We've just gone once round. I just want to check the job it's doing. We're pulling 3 rows into one. I just want to check the size of my row because I don't want to make too big a row that the baler can't bale it up. I think we're about right as it is. There's more grass here than I thought. Keithy said there weren't too much, but I can tell you straight off the bat that there is twice or even more than that than there was last year. Last year you could barely see the rows. Let's just have a little feel through and look at it. This isn't our best grass, but it's only for the cows. Not too damp, it's just about right. That was a good thing that we left that for a little while. And this is going to stand here another day yet, so we're not going to bale this up today. I imagine mid-afternoon tomorrow we'll come down with the baler and bale it up. And the rake seems to be set nice, very bumpy, rough ground. So we can't have the rake set too low because otherwise it sets off the rattle clutch, which we probably will hear once or twice. Let's have a little go then. We're set at 540 on the gearbox. We're in eco, so we don't have to run the engine like mad. We're going to turn the PTO on. It always clicks like that for some reason, and we rev it up to, I just had it set at 410. No need to rev it too fast. Right, our wings, the right hand side is on this spool, so I can control that with that one. That goes up and down, look. Put it into float, push the other one down, push it into float. That means the wings can go over and up and down independently, and you don't catch any divots. Well, you try not to catch too many divots. But yeah, let's get cracking. There are some poles in here, so I'm not going to be on here for very long. But we are starting silage, which is good. Feels like you wait for this day forever. Old Keithy's still out mowing, so he's still mowing some things that we'll have to ted that out because it'll be thicker. The grass will be too thick, so we'll need it to, we'll ted it out and let it wilt and dry a bit faster. But it'll be silage as well. And it's looking like an alright week next week, so Keithy may be mowing some more yet. We don't know. We'll just play it by ear, see how it goes, see what the weather's doing. It wasn't meant to rain today, but it did. It didn't rain, just mizzle, just enough to stop you for a few hours. But that gave us time to go and get the tedder, service everything up, and yeah, so that worked actually pretty well. We like this rake. This rake is a good rake. Krone TC, what is it? TC 760. It's not the biggest rake, but we don't need the biggest rake. This is more than adequate for what we need. Jack from Astley Bridge has just been down, dropped this young man off, and apparently he is our biggest fan. I don't know about that, is that right?
Yeah.
And we're just doing a little bit of rowing up, aren't we?
Yeah.
And is there anything you want to ask me while you're here that you want to know?
I was going to ask you a question. How did you get into farming?
Wow, that's a good question. I get that one quite a lot actually on the channel with comments, and it's a strange one for me actually. Linda, who is the packer lady,
Yeah.
I met her daughter, and I used to be a bus driver for Stagecoach in Oxford, and yeah, I got together with Linda's daughter, and she said that her family were farmers, and I was instantly hooked. The moment I saw a tractor, I was instantly hooked, and for some mad reason Lynn and Ag let me come and help them, and yeah, from then on it's just got more and more, and in the end they decided to take me on, which I really appreciate, and got me away from the horrible buses. Hang on a second. And yeah, and now I'm a Four Winds employee doing something I actually enjoy for once. So yeah, quite a strange one. And is farming something you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah?
My dad's a farmer.
Your dad's a farmer. And where do you farm?
In Shropshire.
Down in Shropshire, that's cool. And which one is your favourite tractor out of all of them?
Out of all of your tractors?
Yeah.
Probably the one we're sat in right now.
This one?
Yeah.
This is everyone's favourite. I'm going to let you into on a little secret, okay? It's my favourite too. And it's not because it's the most powerful. Well, it's not the most powerful by a long way. But it's the most nimble. And it can do 90% of the work that we do. 99%. It can do near enough everything. But it's its wheelbase. It's comfy on the road. It's comfy in the fields. It's light, and it's got enough power to do most jobs. So this is my favourite as well. But young Edward's going to come for a ride with us. It's a bit weird having somebody who watches our videos on board. That is strange. I still can't get my head around that. And Linda actually had some fans stop her in the at the garage the other day, so that was quite weird. She said that was weird. Yeah, because of we started the channel during lockdown, so we haven't been to any of the shows, and we haven't been out. We've just been at the farm all the time, and yeah, now things are opening up a bit. People you're seeing more and more people. So.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you again. Bye. See you later. We've not got too much left. We've got this field and a small field next door, and then we're finished here for the evening, I think. But we've got a good hour or so more to do. Right, that is the fields all rowed up, and probably going to be the end of the video on that one. Keith has been out cutting again all day today, and we've got some other grass down. We didn't get to the tedding. We weren't going to get onto the tedding, and that'll be tomorrow's job now. I'll try and record a bit of that for Wednesday's video. His farmer's done a load of spraying today, so he's happy with that. It stopped raining about 12 o'clock, dried up, everything dried up nicely. The rows are nice and dry, and tomorrow they'll be perfect for when whoever comes with the baler. We'll have the coon baler out, and I'll try and get some different clips of that, and we'll stick it all into Wednesday's video, and then we will wrap it up, and then we'll get the trailers in to pick them up. Yeah, this is just the very beginning. It's good to get all the machines out, get them going, make sure they're all right, make sure there's no issues with the machines. So it's a good test. Thanks to Edward for bringing me an ice cream earlier. That was nice to see a fan. You'll probably see some more of Charlie as well. She's got 10 weeks off for the summer, so I imagine we'll probably have some jobs for her to do over the summer. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Merch in the description, and we will catch you on the next one. Cheers!